Hi students, in this video I'll be going through the 2022 A Math Paper 1 question 4. Alright, so let's take a look at the question. So a curve has equation y equals to 14x minus x squared. Okay, points A and B lie on the curve and have x coordinates of k and 2k respectively. Okay, so where k is a constant between 0 and 7. Okay, find the range of values of k for which the y coordinate of b, so they are looking now at the y coordinate of b is greater than the y coordinate of a. Right, so in order to solve this question, we will need to find the y coordinate of b and the y coordinate of a first, right? And later on you can see that we can actually find that rather easily. Okay, so let's relook at the question. So that there's this curve with the equation 14x minus x squared. All right, then there are 2 points that lie on the curve. Okay, and the x coordinates of those 2 points are k and 2k respectively. That means there's this point A. Okay, the x coordinate is k. Okay, we don't know the y coordinate. In fact, that's what we want to find in order to solve this question. And then there's another point B. The x coordinate is 2k, right? So we also want to find the y coordinate. All right, so to find the y coordinate of point A is actually very easy in terms of k. Okay, all we need to do is replace the x in the equation with the value k, and then we will get the y coordinate already. All right, so y coordinate of A equals to 14. So replace the x with k. Okay, why? Because the x coordinate of A is k. Okay, so just like this. So in other words, over here will be, okay, let me increase the size of this bracket. Okay, over here, the y coordinate of A will be 14k minus k squared. All right. Okay, then the y coordinate of B, we can also find it easily. Okay, all we need to do is replace the x with 2k. All right. So 14 times 2k minus 2k squared. Right, so you will get 28k minus 4k squared. Right, so the y coordinate of B will be 28k minus 4k squared. Right, so this is the y coordinate of B. Right, so what did the question say? Find the range of value of k for the y coordinate of B is greater than the y coordinate of A. So a lot of times in A math, all we need to do is follow instructions. Now they say y coordinate of B is greater. Greater means like this, right? Okay, so all we need to do is just formulate that inequality, all right? So sometimes we are formulating equations, other times we are formulating inequalities, right? But it works almost in the same way. So over here, I'm just writing out mathematically the above statement, okay, the statement in the question. Okay, so y coordinate of B, so we put it inside, greater than the y coordinate of A, right? So just like this. Right, then let's bring everything to the left side. So you bring everything to the left side, 28k minus 14k, you get 14k, minus 4k squared plus k squared, you get minus 3k squared, so greater than 0. All right, so at this point, I think I want to bring everything to the other side, or rather we divide by -1. Okay, we divide by -1. Okay, so remember you divide by -1, then 14k becomes negative 14k, then minus 3k squared becomes positive 3k squared. Okay, so if I write it the other way, it looks like this. But when you divide by -1, remember to reverse the direction of the sign. Okay. Okay, then over here we will factorize out the k. So we will end up with this. Okay, k times 3k minus 14 less than 0. Okay, then remember to solve an inequality. Okay, quadratic inequality, need to sketch out the curve. So this is a smiley face, right? Okay, because the coefficient of k squared is positive. Okay, and the two roots will be 0 and 14 over 3. Okay, 14 over 3. Okay, so now we are looking at less than 0. Okay, so less than 0 over here. Okay, so less than 0, that means we will take this part. Okay, in this region. okay, which means that k will be greater than 0 but less than 14/3. Okay, so I would if you would like to put 14/3 as a mixed number, then you will get 4 and 2/3, right? Okay, so this means that for any value of k, there's between, okay, remember k is now the x coordinate of a, okay, there's between 0 and 4 and 2/3, right? Then the y coordinate of b will be bigger than the y coordinate of a, right? So let's go over to Desmos, right? And then we'll take a look over there, and hopefully you can appreciate your solution better. Okay, so remember our solution is k is greater than 0 but less than 4 and 2/3. Okay, so let's take a number that's between 0 and 4 and 2/3. So let's say like over here. Okay, so over here you can see that when x coordinate of a point, okay, let's say this point is a, okay, when x coordinate of a is 2, okay, the x coordinate of b will be 2k, right? 2 times of this means 4. Okay, so when it's 4, you will see that the y coordinate should be bigger. So now the y coordinate of a is 24. Okay, so if I go to 4, you see now the y coordinate is 40, is bigger. Alright, so if you choose any value of k between 0 and 4 and 2/3, right, this will work. Okay, what if you choose a value that is more than 4 and 2/3? Okay, so let's say you choose over here. Okay, k is 6, right? Okay, so if k is 6, that means the x coordinate of a is 6, right? Okay, then the x coordinate of y will be 12. Okay, so where is 12? 12 will be over here. Okay, see, so when it's 6, is the y coordinate is 48. But when it's 12, over here. Okay, so 12 over here, right? You see the y coordinate is 24. Okay, 24 is less than 24 is less than 48. Okay, 26 is 48. Okay, so outside 4 and greater than 4 and 2/3, it doesn't work, right? So I hope you can appreciate the solution. So if you want to look at 4 and 2/3, 4 and 2/3 should be somewhere here. 4 and 2/3 is 4 and 0.67. Okay, so we go to 4.67. You see 43.541, right? Okay, so if you take 2 times of 4 and 67, 4 and 2/3, you get 9 and 1/3. Okay, so you see 9 and 1/3 will be here. See 9.33 is 9 and 1/3. You see the y coordinate is the same. Okay, that's why if this one were to increase anymore, then this side will have to come down. That's why the y coordinate will be lesser. Okay, so that's how that's what your solution represents. So I hope that with this you will be able to appreciate your solution better. Right? Okay, let's hop back to the question and look at part B. Okay, explain why the gradient of the curve at A is always greater than the gradient of the curve at B. Okay, so now we are interested in the gradient of the curve. Okay, so the curve is this, right? Okay, so if you are interested in the gradient of the curve, then we need to find the gradient function, which is dy dx. So dy dx, you differentiate, get 14 minus 2x. All right. So let's find they want to explain why the gradient of the curve at A is greater than the gradient of the curve at B. All right, so let's find the gradient of the curve at A. So at A, dy over dx. So at A, the x coordinate is k, right? So we will sub the x with k, all right? So 14 minus 2k. So this is the gradient of the curve at A. Okay, so this, let me put a bracket, gradient at A. Okay, so at B, dy dx will be 14 minus 2 times 2k, right? Because the x coordinate of B is 2k. So you'll get 14 minus 4k. So this one is gradient at B. Okay, so explain why the gradient of curve at A is always greater than gradient of curve at B. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take gradient at A minus gradient at B. And if I get a positive answer, right? If I get a positive answer, that means it shows that the gradient A is greater than the gradient B. Agree or not? If I take one number, the first number minus the second number, and I get a positive answer, it means that the first number is greater. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so gradient. So the difficulty in this question is you need to think how to present your working clearly lah. Okay, so gradient at A minus gradient at B. Okay, we will get 14 minus 2k minus 14 minus 4k. Right, so if you minus, you will get 2k. Right? Okay, so remember in the original question, how are we going to prove that this 2k is greater than 0? You see, k in the original question is between 0 and 7. Okay, k in the original question is between 0 and 7. Okay, so k is greater than 0 but less than 7. So 2k is greater than 0 but less than 14. Alright? Okay, so 2k is a number that's between 0 and 14. That means it's positive. Okay, so if gradient A minus gradient B is a positive number, that means gradient A is bigger. Alright? So since so we can write since gradient at A minus gradient at B, k is greater than 0. Okay, k is greater than 0. K is greater than 0. Okay, so the gradient, at A is greater than gradient at B. Alright, okay, so this is the solution for this question. Okay, so it's not so direct. Okay, but the difficulty about this question is to think about how to present your working clearly, right? But with practice and you try more of such questions, you will be able to do it in the actual O-level